Returning now to one of our top stories today, a mechanical issue left Via Rail passengers in Ontario stranded for more than 12 hours. A replacement train was sent for passengers that chose to stay in Brockville, Ontario. Via Rail says passengers have transferred trains safely. So for more on this incident, we've reached Karl Helou in Montreal. He is a spokesperson for Via Rail. Thank you for making time for us today.
Thanks for having me.
So for now, what we understand from the statement that was issued, Via Rail has said that train 669 experienced a mechanical failure near Brockville, Ontario, which affected two other trains. So for example, we spoke to someone who was on their way to Ottawa, but was on a train for about 12 hours. Can you tell us exactly what it is that happened here?
Yes, so overnight, train 669 experienced a mechanical issue. And that created delays for that train along with train 48 and 54. But first and foremost, Via Rail really wants to apologize to the passengers that were impacted by these events. This is not the level of service that they are expecting from us. And this is definitely not the level of service that we want to provide to Canadians. And overnight, so there were the delays, we were able to transfer some of the passenger on board another train, which left for Toronto and arrived with about 8 hours and 30 minutes of delay. And afterwards, the passengers from train 54 and 48 were detrained at the Brockville station and were able to hop in train 50, which brought them to Ottawa just before noon.
Okay, so some of the individuals who were stranded are now at their destination.
Every passenger is now back home or back at their destination, yes.
What was preventing trains or buses or any other method of transportation from coming sooner to take those passengers to their final destinations, or arranging for that, rather than having people wait for so long on those trains with no clear idea of when things would start moving again?
Well, you know, one of the first things that we do when there's such an issue is to call for alternative transportation. Unfortunately, this night, there were no buses available through the whole region. And, you know, our priority is the safety of our passengers. So we prefer to keep them on a train where there was heat, where they received food, beverages, blankets. And, you know, there will be a review of the events, but really overnight, we focused on the well-being of our passengers.
Now, when we talk about the review of the events, and I'm also looking at the statement that was issued by Via Rail here, and it says in it that while these incidents are very rare, we recognize that this is not the first time that passengers have experienced extended delays during mechanical issues, and even one such incident is too many, and that full review of the mechanical failure will be conducted as well. So, have there been some lessons learned from previous incidents like this that were implemented this time around?
Absolutely. There are plentiful of new processes and procedures that have been implemented at VIA to prevent or at least reduce the chances of such an event from happening. Of course, this event happened. It is absolutely unacceptable, and we will do our due diligence. We'll do everything we need to do to review the sequence of events and see where we can improve, because we need to improve.
And certainly, I would imagine that there are so many Canadians who may be using Via Rail over the course of the next several weeks to travel to see family members over the holidays. Some may be concerned that something like this could happen to them. What might you tell those individuals who might be looking now to rebook on other modes of transportation or to choose a different mode of transport?
The vast majority, over 80% of our trains arrive within 30 minutes of the scheduled arrival. So people can trust in Via Rail. There are always challenges, and on-time performance needs to be improved. But there are several plans that are in place specifically for the holiday season to ensure that we can face the increase in ridership.
And finally, I know you've touched on it, but I did want to ask you again about what customers who were impacted will be offered now. I understand there's a full refund and a 100% travel credit. Is that something that individuals will have to seek out on their own, or is Via Rail doing this on behalf of the affected passengers?
No, the refunds and the travel credits will be given automatically to passengers.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and giving us a little bit more insight into what took place earlier today and over the past several hours. Thank you for your time, Karl.
Thanks.
Karl Helou is a spokesperson for Via Rail in Montreal.